Welcome everyone. It's episode 34. It's been a long weekend. All of the president's birthdays were yesterday, so we were celebrating those. Everybody was off of school, and inconveniently, my daughter is also off school today too. So, but it's only like 75 here in the middle of February, so it's a good thing that I can't fit into any of my clothes from the, spring and summer months. So that's awesome. Shoutouts. Thank you to everyone who planned and participated in the party for my husband on Thursday night. It was super fun. You guys really had some great, awesome ideas. I love a good sweatband. And I so enjoyed meeting the people that I got to meet that I hadn't met yet and seeing old friends. Not old like you're old, but just like older friends that I have known since for a longer time. Okay, quote of the week. Therapy works. That is my quote. And I'm telling you this because last week I had I have a couples counselor, I have a regular counselor, I have like journals everywhere. And I think that if you're afraid of therapy, I get it, but just trust me, it works. And I don't mean to brag, but I mean, I'm pretty much a professional. I've been at this shit for about 35 years. So, and I know that's weird because that would mean it was an in utero when I was, actually that math was wrong. That math was way wrong. I was probably only been at it for like 30 years. Nope, also wrong again. Probably 20 years. 20 years is probably how long I've been in therapy. Yeah, but still a revolving door. That's a lot. Okay, in the news, great news for you flyers. United Airlines has now decided that they'll waive the fee for a parent to go ahead and have the seat next to their child that's 12 and under, which thank you. Thank you so much, because nobody apparently likes it when kids are on the plane, let alone unattended. However, I have a theory that they might be better off unattended because then they would actually behave better. Regardless, thank goodness I don't have to pay that $78 to sit next to my 5-year-old. But can we stop this? Can we stop, please? Man U. Joe did not understand me when I said Man U. So Manchester United, but for Man U, for all of you soccer people out there, or football if you're across the pond. Which we're in the U.S., so we'll just say soccer. Man U is for sale. They've got some suitors. It's funny. I get to see them sometimes because my boys will wake up at like odd hours and come down and scream and yell at the TV at like 3:30 a.m. But anyway, they're for sale. So if you want to pool together or a GoFundMe or something, go buy them. They're testing the 4-day-a-week model for work week, and people are liking it a lot. Big shock there. They're saying productivity is, up, and meetings are less. That's great. That is great. I support a 4-day work week, but there are 3 other days in the week where we need people doing stuff too. So I just am not sure exactly how that's going to work. I mean, the robots are taking over anyway, so eventually, we'll probably all just eat dog food or something. I don't know. Selena Gomez. This is kind of a shout out to her because she was body shamed recently on a TikTok live. And I think she bit back and basically was like, look, A, I'm not a model. B, I have some medical conditions and have to take some medications that do things to my body that maybe I can't control. And C, fuck off. I don't think she said C, but I know she was thinking it. I know it. So anyway, props to you because she's right. She's absolutely right. And people should keep their mouths shut about that. She's still beautiful. Okay. So everybody was up in arms and I had some discussions over the weekend about Tampongate. And I'm not going to lie. I thought it was hilarious. Tiger Woods basically handed discreetly a buddy of his, who's another great golfer. I don't know the name, but if any of my boys were in here, they would. A tampon after he, I guess, messed up a shot or a putt or a drive or a birdie or whatever the hell they call that stuff. And someone, tons of photographers around, they zoom in on it and they're like, oh my gosh, that's a tampon. He gave him a tampon. Blah, blah. And so everyone is now like, oh, Tiger, that is so offensive. We can't believe you did that. That's like, basically, saying, oh, you play like a girl and that's bad. And I think we all can just stop right now. Okay. Like, they're friends. It's a joke. You guys have your inside jokes. I thought it was really kind of funny. And actually, I thought it was very funny and clever. So what does that say about me? I'm just going to go with I'm not easily offended. So there. The thing that actually I thought was funnier, though, was the CNN guy who was on air with his female co-host and basically was talking about the Republican female who is, I think, trying to put her hat in the race for the presidential candidacy. And she's in her 50s. And he said, well, I mean, everyone knows that women, are really in their prime in like their 30s or their 40s, as his co-host is sitting next to him, who's probably in that age range. Maybe not, but still. You get paid a lot of money to tell us the news, and you're going to give us your opinion on, and then say, Google it, it's true. You, my friend, are a dumbass. TikTok. Everybody is up in arms about TikTok. Everybody, including some people in my household that are not above the age of 50. Security concerns. Apparently, China's all over that, along with the balloons. The time suck, though, and the addiction to TikTok, I think could be a valid reason. So I decided to do my own special segment, like just investigation, if you will. So I was like, I'm going to take 3 hours of my time and I'm going to just go through TikTok and I'm just going to go deep and I'm going to see what I figure out and learn, and it's going to be great. So here's what I learned yesterday. In the 25 minutes that I was able to do this, because 3 hours was a lofty goal and 25 minutes was plenty after all of what I'm about to tell you. So here's what I learned. Now, I will preface this with my 15-year-old explained to me that I am not on TikTok enough for the algorithms to know me that well. So therefore, I only got a few things. Like I didn't get any like Great Bernese Mountain Dog in the snow talks, or I didn't get best easiest dessert to make in the microwave stuff. I didn't get any of that. Here's what I got. And I do not know what this says about me, but a lot of stuff about if you are trying to figure out if you're a lesbian. I am not trying to figure that out, just so you know. There's nothing wrong with that. I know where I am in that world. There's a way to figure that out, and people will counsel you and coach you on that. If you are having a hard time figuring out if someone is a lesbian, they can help you there. Apparently, you may not wear Vans. You may not wear Doc Martens. Sorry, Billy. And if you wear a thumb ring, those are all indicators, according to TikTok, that that person is a lesbian. Or if the Vans and the Doc Martens, only the lesbians should be wearing them, not straight people. The teenage filter is all the rage. This is where you can like put the camera on you and you press the filter and then it shows you what you look like right now. And then it shows you with the teenage filter what you would look like. And I did it. And yes, my photo looked younger. However, it did not look anything like me as a teenager or anything like me at all, which leads me to believe that either A, I have body dysmorphia, or B, that filter is only made for certain people because my nose was wrong. Everything was wrong, but my skin did look great. Wednesday Addams dance. Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family and that show. That dance is all over. So that's trending right now. Get ready with me. So if you're getting ready for wherever you're going and you're applying your makeup and you've got your little stand there and you're telling a story and you're zip, doing all that, get ready with me is a trend. Also, get unready with me. Now, I didn't stick around to see if they actually undress, but I do know that they take off makeup and I know that they like let you see all the blemishes. So that's keeping it real, I guess. More dances. And I will say this. The dances that have 2 or more people that are perfectly choreographed, I applaud them. And yes, I did watch them a couple of times because I, being a former dancer, love that kind of stuff because it also shows that there's a lot of practice involved in that. So, and it also shows me that I really need to learn some more dances. There are a lot of like dating app insights and I don't want to say hacks, but maybe tips. So if you're on any of those, you could definitely find some stuff there. There is the grocery store tip, which it goes like this. If you run in or see someone that you have had a relationship with or less or more, and you are like doing the duck and run and you don't want to talk to that person should not be on your social feed. You should not be hanging out with them any longer, apparently, according to TikTok. I did see a couple of guys that would come out and say, hey, if you are really like trying to figure out if someone's interested in you, if the guy's into you, like if he's not actively pursuing you, if he's not actively reaching out to you, if he is just like liking stuff on your social, he's not into you, and move on. Again, these are guys on TikTok, not me. I would actually give you that same advice, but that's just, whatever. I do have a lot of comedy. I do have a lot of comedy ones, and so that made me giggle a lot. If you Google, or not Google, if you TikTok, why can't you, well, you want to stop drinking? You want a smaller butt? You want to learn how to be famous? You want to figure out how to talk to guys like or girls? You can learn all that. If you want to like hear the slang from like the football bros or the hockey bros or the baseball bros or the basketball bros, you can hear that too. You can also learn all the songs that you have never heard of that are trending right now. And you can learn how to make gay friends. And what else? I think that's when I stopped. I think that I was like, okay, I'm pretty good. I'm solid. My TikTok knowledge. And that was 25 minutes. Now, I will say I was soaking my hands during this because I was trying to get that dip polish off. And you know how some of them come off and then you've got like the stubborn thumbs and then you've got like another stubborn one there. So I was soaking it in like the remover. And this is just a pro tip for anyone who is not a dumbass or who is a dumbass like me, rather. You can't use nail polish remover in a plastic bowl because it eats through the plastic and then goes everywhere all over your table and then wants to scar your table. So that makes me wonder what the hell is in nail polish remover, but I had to throw a lot of stuff away anyway. But I did get it off, and now my nails are just nubs because they're ruined. Okay. So after all of that, what I took away from the TikTok experience is that it is definitely a time suck. It is primarily for people who are ADHD. And this actually was a tip for me. If your TikTok is too long, i.e. me, you need to go back in and shorten it because there would be some times where I'd really be invested in someone's story, but I'd be like, oh my God, I can't. I gotta move on. But so based on some things that I've been hearing about our education system and some things that I've been reading, I felt like we need to get creative here in the US about our school curriculum. And here's how I think we should do it. I think we should use TikTok as the teacher. And here's what would happen. During school hours, you are only allowed to use TikTok, but it has to be in Spanish or French or Chinese, whatever your language is. And that is how you will learn that language, because you're not going to not be on TikTok. But if you'll just keep going and things will start picking up just like that. I read this thing about Russian math, and don't confuse that with Singapore math or Japanese math, because those are different as well. Russian math, though, is like making it's got a hot spot in certain areas in the US, but basically it's word problems with pictures and conceptual thinking and like problem solving skills. And I'm actually all for Russian math, but I don't know if we're ever going to be able, these are not my words. The article said, really get something that says Russian, something like get a lot of backing behind it as far as education. So I thought if TikTok did their version of a Russian math, and what I think it would be like, okay, you have to track how long how many hours, minutes, days you spend on TikTok, and break that down into like the minutia. Then you have to talk about how many talks you see, how much time you spend on each talk, boy to girl ratio versus non-binary and other category ratio, other being also animals. Then you can put all of this together and statistically, not a word, statistically figure out math. Because we do need math, maybe not algebra, but I think there's something there. Now, via TikTok, you will learn communication and interpersonal skills, apparently. And if you are like rehearsing for a dance and you're trying to, put that out there for the masses, that's your PE time right there. You're sweating it. You're moving, you're grooving. And that is also coordination. And if you're crossing the midline, that's really good for brain activity. And apparently now, because we've had so many weird things going on in the world, Roald Dahl, I do not say that name right. I always want to say Ronald and Roald. I think it's like I can't roll my L like that. But anyway, his books, with his consent or his estate's consent, have now been changed. And so they are now becoming more or less offensive in references to particular body weight or shape, race, or gender. And I'm going to go on record as saying this is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit. So in the TikTok curriculum, we don't actually have to worry about history because it's changing daily. And so the books that we're reading right now, they won't be the same one. They'll just come out with new ones. And so we can just chill out on the history portion of things on the TikTok curriculum. But I think if we focus in on the language, the math, the interpersonal, the PEO, and I think we should actually have a challenge where we develop the how to become or how to hammer a nail, how to clean your own toilet properly. Like, I think that would be the best. Maybe you take a shot before you do it. I don't know, but that would need to happen. It might become like a series or a new thing, but I'm just going to call it like, don't be that a-hole. Don't be that person. So this is how it goes. I was at the doctor's office with my daughter, and she has white coat syndrome. And that is basically like she gets super anxious whenever she has to go to a doctor because she's been to so many, whatever. So there's a couple, an older couple, and there's a computer out, and there are a lot of noises and a lot of music and a lot of stuff. And we're the only four in the waiting room. And I'm like, that is so weird. Like, why would they not have headphones on or whatever? So I will cut to the chase right now for a TikTok clip, and then I'll give you the details after. I sat there thinking to myself, I should probably let this person know that they could like take that outside or whatever because she's all jacked up. Well, I didn't wind up saying anything. I was just like, whatever. Well, come to find out, when the music and the talking and everything stops, the gentleman looks over at us and says, I'm so sorry that you had to hear that. I teach a phonics class online to special needs kids. And that's, it's an interactive class. And so I love what I do. And I love that it's online because my wife is battling cancer and we're battling it together. And so I'm able to come to all of her appointments with her and drive her here and still have my job and be able to do that and help these kids. Now, if you are the person that said something to that person before the explanation, don't be that guy because you have no idea what that person is going through or doing. And let me just tell you, I sat there like this, like, oh my God, this is why you just don't ever open your mouth. This is why you don't say stuff. So don't be that a-hole, okay? People are doing good. What I'm loving. American Pest, Critter Control, the rodents are gone. Thank you so much. Not so deep thoughts. So Saturday night, my husband and I had the pleasure of crashing a high school party. And just a thought, if you are at a party and like your friend's parents come in and you know them, definitely do the right thing and go say hi to them, maybe hug it out, definitely shake hands and, or hide. Those are your two options, because if we see you and we know you and you don't come up to us, we think less of you. But if you have the balls to come up to us, we like that. Number 2, take the Enneagram and let me know what you are, because some friends encouraged me and my husband to do it, and we both took it, and we both wound up being the same number, which was shocking and alarming, and I don't think mine is right, so I might have to take it again. Number 3, if anyone on Zeka's hair schedule could go ahead and cancel over the next 3 days, next week, that would be really appreciated, because I'm on like week 10 of not having my hair done, and it is like a shower curtain around my face. Like there's nothing I can do about it, and it's awful. So please cancel so that she can say, hey, come on in. Next week, I hope to have some girls on to talk about dating apps. Ironically, girls are very, very excited to put their stuff out there on TikTok, but when you ask them to come on a podcast, they are not as jazzed about it. So think on that. I hope you have a great week. It's going to be 85 this week, so I'm going to be like at the gym a lot, trying to make it so I can fit into my shorts. Get some self-tanner, and remember, it's going to be fine.